Right, I think it's time to make a start. A very warm welcome from MHA. My name's Chris Daines, Corporate International Tax Partner. Been with MHA for the last 7 years and the Baker Tilly Global Network for about 20. It's my pleasure to chair this FD update course for you all today. Lots to go through. Going to have a whistle-stop tour on many topics, which I'll introduce shortly. Before we do, the usual disclaimer and copyright about it's not being key advice, high-level overview, etc. Please also keep an eye out for the chat box where Emma will kindly be posting various information that may be relevant, as well as the topics that we'll cover. Really appreciate everyone joining us today. If you have any questions throughout, please don't hesitate to pop those in the Q&A section at the top of your screen. And if you wanted to get the full set of slides, there's, as well as them being emailed to you and available via the link Emma's posted, there's a QR code there for you as well. So I look forward to covering lots of interesting topical matters today or this morning. So, as a lot of you who have been with us many times before will know, this session offers 3 hours of CPD certificate. We'll take a bit of time to verify everyone's attendance, and please do note that you need to have completed the feedback session, answers at the end, so that we can double check both and then meet the requirements to provide you with that CPD certificate. Okay, so that's the logistics for today. Here's all the speakers that are going to be sharing the key areas with you today. Some familiar faces and some new faces to share interesting topics with you. So here's our agenda. There's sort of the high-level economic update from our superstar Joe Nellis, our economic advisor, gives the real insights on what the headwinds, tailwinds and such like we can all call experiencing and looking out for. Then we've got our audit and accounts update up front before a well-needed coffee. Then we'll have our business and corporate updates in the middle section. Employment tax, corporate tax, R&D tax credits, very topical area, and then the all-important VAT. Then we've got a kind of an international and large corporate session after the second quick coffee break. And then around 12 o'clock, we'll wrap up with any of the remaining questions and answers that we haven't managed to answer live during the relevant sessions. So before I go into our usual poll results and such like, I usually like to look at the news the night before one of these sessions, see what's really topical in the area of business. There wasn't a lot, to be honest, as of last night. It was all about the Winter Olympics, and whether Thea and Gibson were going to get a medal in the ice dancing, etc. But luckily, on the train on the way into London this morning, the GDP figures were announced, which give a nice kind of prelude to feed into Joe Nellis' session shortly. So, yeah. UK economy grew by 0.1% in the last quarter of 2025. So the total growth for the whole of 2025 was sitting at 1.3%, which is better than a lot of people guessed earlier in the year. Maybe not quite as good as the numbers that were announced in the budget, comparing to growth of 1.1% in 2024. Services were pretty flat. General production was up 1.2%, which was great, but then construction was struggling a little bit, down 2.1%. There's a lot of geopolitical uncertainty at the moment, as we all know, which is code for not quite sure what's going to happen with different governments day to day and week to week, etc. Some of the sort of real business pressures that we talk to clients about and that we read about in the press are around the kind of, are feeling overtaxed and such like. And a stat that I wanted to share with you that feeds into a lot of things that we were saying is around, tax as a percentage of GDP. 20 years ago, when I started my career, was sitting around 28%. Yeah, that has grown over the last 28% to approaching 38% now. So you can see why there's a real kind of shift towards lower tax and lower spending compared to strategies in the past. And there's a great article in the FT on that basis later that you can read in your own time. Okay, so those that have been before will know about our poll results. We like to capture the kind of the mood of the room and of our clients and business on a regular basis. From the top 3 challenges from when we last met in September 25, as inflation and cost pressures. I think even though inflation's coming down, if it's still sitting at almost 4%, etc., and growth is at 1, as I just mentioned, that can create some challenges. There's the wage pressures, and the national insurance changes last year didn't help on that front. And there's obviously the AI uncertainty as well of what will be more efficient, what will significantly change, where will there be evolution, where will there be revolution, etc., etc. So, and from an external operating environment perspective, that poll should also indicate that kind of confidence and demand was leading to some uncertainty as well. So they were the 3 biggest challenges. The highest priorities for business 6 months ago. Profitability and efficiency, I think, is always a constant drive. It's good business to have that as a focus area, but the fact that almost 80% answered that as one of their highest priorities was quite telling. Having financial stability, ensuring risk management, again, good governance, but really, really high compared to other external factors. Retaining talent, team development, very important. Not quite as high as it has been in the past in the post-pandemic situation. And then investing in technology is the highest priority for external operating environment, etc. So look, quite a few interesting insights there off the back of all your kind poll answers from 6 months ago. And what we'd like to now do is refresh that. So Emma's going to pop up on the screen the latest questions. We'd like you to give us your views so we can really capture these trends and see what's happening. Hopefully that's popping up on the screen for everyone. Okay. Profitability and efficiency coming up very high again. Okay, thank you for everyone for popping those answers in, and we'll share some more insights around that later and in MHA Insights after the event.